Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. As always, we are talking horror tonight, believe it or not. One of these nights I'm coming out here and I'm like, you know what? We're talking all about romance. We're just talking about rom-coms tonight. That's going to be a crazy... I'm going to just lose my mind one day, and that's all we're going to talk about. I can't wait. I think that's going to be fun. Insanity sounds like a good time. Alexis Sekulik, what's up, fella? Thanks for being a channel member. Saying maybe Jonathan will return in Terrifier 4 as a ghost or in a flashback. Well, as we know from, Terrifier 3, that is absolutely a possibility. There's no reason why Jonathan doesn't have to be in Terrifier 4. Or the little pale girl either. There's a ton. I mean, there's so much we can, do with Terrifier at this point. It feels like each movie opens up the floodgate to more and more stuff, right? That's so exciting to me, and I can't wait to see what T4 brings. Like, genuinely so exciting. Some exciting times here for sure. Gunner, what's up, dog? What's up, my friend? Recently just did a Scream 5 fan edit. Added some deleted scenes and put the Scream 4 filter on. Oh, man, I know some Scream fans out there are going to lose their minds over that. So in some ways good, but, with the Scream 4 filter, maybe not so much. I'm just kidding, dog. And changed the title card. The movie looks like someone put... Yeah, exactly. That's that's what I'm talking about, Gunner. No, that is really interesting, though. Personally, I would love to see that. I'm one of the weirdos who likes the that filter. I think that's a word I can't say. Well, I guess I can say come here, right? I want to see come on the camera, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I want to see the Scream 5 come edit. Coop de Oof is saying, yo, Screamboat looks crazy camp. I thought you were gonna say it looks like crazy crap for a second. And I'm like, damn, bro. Haven't even given it a chance. It's brutal. No, I'm kidding. But we are definitely going to get into that and some 28 years later updates tonight, as well as talking a little bit about some of the Scream 7 stuff. We're not going to get into spoiler territory because I feel like, damn, we kind of did with that last little update there. But do want to talk a little bit about Scream. Want to talk about 28 years later, Screamboat. And, another thing I forgot to put in the title for today's video, because I do want to talk about horror news tonight, is Final Destination Bloodlines, which has just started marketing a lot of their movies. So as I was working on stuff today, I was just noticing all these big updates coming in. And I'm like, damn, I wish I wasn't ranting about Scream 7 leaks. I wish I was talking about real news. Hopefully later in the week, I'll be able to get into it. But crazy stuff. Erica's with us tonight too, saying, by the way, awesome job on Chicken Man. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate that a bunch. Thank you for being a member and thank you for watching Chicken Man. That means so much to me. And you're also saying, Madison, so much to... Shout out to Madison. I was like, wait, so what? Shout out to Madison for the awesome makeup effects. Yes, she killed it. I'm so happy, so proud of her because she truly saved me there. I was gonna try to do them myself and I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm very thankful for her and for creating the disgusting pimple on my belly. So that's something I've been holding back, trying to talk about for the longest. I've been wanting to talk about that, like maybe more than anything from the entire short for so long. And I'm so glad that people have seen it finally. It makes me so happy. Planning on watching Chicken Man tonight. Well, I'm just out here spoiling my own fucking movie. I should shut up. But Coop Diouf, thanks for hanging out with us. Everyone who has seen Chicken Man, by the way, it means the world to me. I'm so glad that so many people are digging it. Makes me really happy. I'm excited to bring hopefully more soon. We have RJ Skarenki saying, I've heard so much bad news over the last couple of days. Now to hear the good horror movie news from KillJoy Jake. RJ, I'm so sorry. I hope everything's going okay with you, my friend. Hopefully this can be a nice little safe haven of horror for you. That's why we do it, right? So let's keep it fun. Let's keep it lighthearted tonight. Quinn with some dope-ass lettering. What's up, Quinn? How you doing? It looks like you're stealing a baby in your profile picture. How's it going, fella? You're kind of giving me some Chicken Man vibes there, Doug. Magnificent Logo is saying the Steamboat Mickey design is awful. Jeez. You know what? I feel like this is a perfect time to just get into it. With all that. Because, I mean, listen, we got to talk about this. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Screamboat. Here we go, baby. This is... This is what Mickey Mouse looks like. Now, you might just be in awe and mesmerized by what David Howard Thornton looks like here. That's Art the Clown, ladies and gentlemen, running at somebody with what appears to be some kind of spike or some kind of nautical spear. I don't know. I'm not a boatsman, okay? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you will notice that he is accurately the size of a fucking mouse based on the seat in the background. I think he's in front of a green screen, I'm guessing. That I wasn't expecting, but what should I have been expecting, you know? At the same time, I'm I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to say. It looks so ridiculous. But I'm here for it. What else were we expecting? You know, I think taking these movies too seriously might not work, but I like how I like that they're just goofy. They're ridiculous. That's all we're looking for from these public domain slashers at the end of the day. In this case, I hope it's goofy. I hope it's fun. I hope it's over the top. And it's coming from Fuzz on the Lens, baby. They just put out Scream, which was awesome. Loved that movie from last year. Campy, bloody, fun. So I'm looking for with Screamboat for sure. Perry Moberg, thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. Saying, what up, Jake? What up, what up? How you doing, dog? How you doing, Perry? Perry the Platypus, what's up, my friend? What Lies Beneath is saying, sup? What's up, my friend? What's up, what's up? And just a reminder, I am streaming on Kick too. Want to make sure that anyone's watching over there. 0 viewers. Hell yeah, killing it, dog. Hello to the void of Kick. Hello. Jacob114 is saying updates on In a Violent Nature 2. Nothing crazy. I mean, we kind of just got the announcement that it was happening. We haven't heard much since. Would love to know more about that one for sure. I'm really excited for it. I'll tell you what. I loved the first one of my favorites from last year. We got free IMAX tickets for Wolfman and Companion this month. That's awesome, Fort Misery Gaming. Nice. Enjoy. I hope you have a good time. I'm so excited for Wolfman. I'm excited for both of those, but Wolfman, I'm like over the moon about. I know some people, you know, some folks are worried it's not going to be a Wolfman story, which I really don't think it is. I think it's going to be such a departure from that. It's going to be like this body horror tale. Lee Winnell has even said it's more akin to something like The Fly or The Thing. I'm into that though. Like I'm so down for a movie like that. I don't feel like we get a lot of movies like that. So personally, I think I'm a little more excited for something like that than just a stereotypical werewolf movie, you know? Maybe that's just me though. I'm over the moon about this one, man. It's Lee Winnell doing body horror. That sounds like a dream come true. Just Jaden is saying, I can't wait to watch Neverland Nightmare. Definitely check it out tonight, tomorrow, or Wednesday. It'll be in theaters all 3 days, and then that's it. That's all you got. So see it in theaters if you can, if it's by you. I know some folks in the UK have been leaving me a ton of comments and messages saying, dude, what's up with that? Is there a UK release? I still haven't, maybe I haven't seen it. Maybe there is something out there, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all that. Hopefully there's some kind of update comes soon. Crystal Lake Slasher Edits, thank you for the $2, my friend. Hi, Jake. Think MGM will revive Pumpkinhead. So what is going on with that? Because I remember there was an update, I want to say like a year ago now, that was talking about a Pumpkinhead like reboot, some kind of new franchise continuation coming from them. Is that still happening? It's a great question, truly. I really would like to know, would like an update on that for sure. I love, the first Pumpkinhead is fantastic. I still really haven't gotten into the sequels, there's like a bunch of them, which I learned a couple of years ago. I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of Pumpkinhead movies. I gotta sit through all these. That's crazy. But I definitely want another Pumpkinhead. I love that first one a bunch. It's a super underrated Lance Henriksen movie for sure. If you guys haven't seen that one, a great one to put on during the fall season for sure. I watch that every fall. It's one of those movies for me at least. But I love Pumpkinhead. Really fun little revenge story. Honestly, I don't even think I realized how much Pumpkinhead influenced Chicken Man until I thought about it. But Pumpkinhead is probably one of the biggest influences story-wise for Chicken Man, oddly enough. But Crystal Lake Slasher Edits, thank you for the $2. Thank you for your support, and same to you, Erica, helping us meet our goal tonight, which is dope. We got one. Let's go. Nice. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. Because I love it here is why you threw that in there. Well, that means a lot to me. I love that you're here, Erica. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry, I just pronounced your name horribly wrong. Erica. Got to get the air in Erica. Thanks for being here. You and Art the Clown and Ghostface. Appreciate all three of you in the profile picture for hanging out with us. Thank you. We got Kill Josh Petrino in the house. What's up, Josh? How's it going, man? I've been meaning to message you literally all weekend, and I just haven't had the time. We were celebrating a little bit, not gonna lie. But Josh, I want to thank you again for everything with Chicken Man, dude. It means the world to me that you were able to just help us out with some of that stuff. Same goes with Jess, with the multiple phone calls I had, going back and forth with her, just being like, do I know what I'm doing? I don't know. Please help me out. And she was, you and her were just so helpful with that whole process. So Josh, thank you. It means the world to me. Hope everything's going good with you, man. It's been a minute. So thanks for popping in, dude. Ty Lee, what's up, dog? Thanks for being a channel member. Saying, have you seen The Coffee Table? Dude, this is a movie from 2024 that I missed, and I don't know how because it sounds so good. It sounds one of these movies that is like right up my alley. I think I would love it. It's supposedly there's some crazy shit with a baby, which, like, again, I love fucked up shit in horror movies. This sounds like it would be my cup of tea, and I just have not checked it out yet. I don't even know what streaming service it's on off the top of my head. The Splattercast guys recommended this to me almost a year ago. It's almost been a year, and I still have not had time to sit down and watch this one. But my watch list, I'm not even kidding, probably has 100 movies on it, and I'm just getting through some of those movies. Recently, Meet the Feebles, and I watched Meet the Feebles for the first time. So good. Like, actually way better than I thought it was going to be. Love that movie. And then also, what was the other one? Them from David Moreau, who also just made Mads from last year, that movie that was all like one take with a bunch of infected zombies and shit. Really good film. One of my favorites from 2024. So I kind of wanted to dive deeper into his catalog. And they just added that movie to Shudder. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta put this one on. I really liked Them. It's a very simple thriller film. Nothing, nothing too high concept. It's probably something you've seen done before elsewhere, but I don't mean that in a negative way. It's a really well done, typical thriller. And again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel to make something fresh. You know what I mean? It's a very terrifying and effective horror movie just for what it is. And I really enjoyed it. Them on Shudder. Give it a watch if you guys haven't seen that one. What Lies Beneath is saying Scream 5 over 6. You like 5 more than 6? Hey, respect. 5 has got better killers in every regard. There's a lot of things about Scream 5 that's better than Scream 6, but as much as I trash on Scream 6, it's my dearly beloved. I love that film so much. I had so much fun watching it, man. I don't know. I love it. I'm a Scream 6 fanboy. Say what you will about me. Minecraft as a horror movie. Maybe like a liminal space thing, like where it's like you're trapped inside of a video game that has no real end or point to it. I could see something like that, Trayvon. That could be fun. What's going on with the Backrooms movie, A24? Someone give them a ring. Say, what the fuck's going on? Want to see that. Remember to hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you, Erica. And if you want to show a little more love, hit the subscribe and change the bell to all so you never miss a live or video. You could do that, and it would make Jake real happy. It might even make me stiff in the pants, believe it or not. That's one of my favorite things to say. I think it's so funny. Stiff in the pants. That's ridiculous. NRU Cody, thanks for being a member for 3 months, dog. Really do appreciate that. Says 3 months, but been here since 2021. Well, look at that. Even that's years we're talking about. We're talking like 3-4 years. Damn. It's awesome, Cody. Thanks for the support, Bubbles. You're also saying, always had a thing for you, Jake. Well, oh, damn. Brutal out here. How is everyone? How are you, Jake? Hit the like button and sub. Thank you. You used your member chat to tell people to subscribe to the page. You get bonus points, my friend. You're awesome, Cody. So much love to you. Thanks for being here since 2021 and still being here. That's crazy. I'm glad you like listening to my rants and hanging out with me. It means a lot. Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Dean Renner, also a member, saying, what's going on, Jake and the KillJoy fam? What's up, dog? What's up, Dean? Thanks for being a member, dude. I appreciate you stopping by the watch party stream last week, by the way. Means a bunch. That was fun. Oh, real quick, want to say hi to Josh again, saying, got a split, but I wanted to just pop in and say hi. Miss you, man. Hope you had a good holiday. Let's catch up soon. SCREAMBOAT is a movie. all of his shots were green screened. Yo, that's crazy, man. Josh, you're probably gone by now. But again, I just so much love for this man. Him and Jess are just like the best people ever. We absolutely got to catch up sometime, dude. Would love to talk soon. Sorry the chat's delayed, and I'm honestly I'm just slow to the punch here. I get all excited reading chats from my friends here that I get caught up in it, you know. But Josh, thanks for hanging out with us for the little time that you had. We will definitely have to catch up sometime. Well, definitely want to talk a little poultry with you. That sounded gross, doesn't it? That sounds sexual, but but I promise I'm just referring to Chicken Man, which shameless plug, go watch it. Pirated Copy is saying, hello, Jake. They really need to stop making bad Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes / reimaginings. 2003 version was the best Texas Chainsaw film for me. Not an unpopular opinion. People love this one. And I do too. The 2003 movie and The Beginning, which I think doesn't get enough love. Hot take. Love both of those movies a bunch, dude. Love them both. I think out of the entire franchise, like for me at least, the 74 one, like that's just unbeatable. It's just one of those like staples in slashers and horror movie history. But if there's anything from the rest of the franchise that even comes close, it is 100% that 2003 movie, and maybe the only one from the whole franchise. Because I think the rest of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise is a lot of like either so bad it's good stuff or just dog shit. Respectfully dog shit. But I love both those movies so much. And I love the 2022 movie, but for all the wrong reasons. I love it because it's bad. But that 2003 movie, a very effective horror film. Some great stuff there. Antonis is saying, hey Jake, what's up, brother? How you doing, Antonis? Welcome in. Thanks for chilling with us. Jonathan Marino is saying, thank you for doing what you do. Nerds with knives unite and cut ties. I love that, Jonathan. That is an excellent little phrase there. I wish I could just steal that. I like my little slogan of don't forget to kill it out there, but I love nerds with knives unite and cut ties. That's great. Jonathan, if you ever start a YouTube channel, that should be your little slogan. That's a good like way to wrap up the video. Jonathan, thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Thanks for supporting the work. Toby Show, what's up, dog? It's been a minute. It's me. So good to be bad. Yeah, it is. This is Toby. You're a big Mickey fan, if I remember correctly. Big Mickey Altieri fan in the house here. Not Mickey Mouse, which we already talked about that fucker. This fucking guy. I can't wait to see that fucking movie, dude. It looks ridiculous. We're talking about Mickey Mouse. But anyways, who else is with us tonight? Erica was not a fan of the pimple. Disgusting. I can't believe I made my girlfriend make that. I fell in love with her that day. I was like, yep. A woman who will make a disgusting hamster-sized pimple for you. That's the one. That's the one for me. Spider John 2002 is saying, hey, just made it in. What's up, Jonathan? How's it going, dude? Welcome in. I hope you're excited for Scream 7, despite all the leaky leaks. It's getting leaky out here in the Scream universe. It's getting leaky in the Screamverse. Crystal Lake Slasher Edits is saying, imagine how Wolfman would be if the Universal's Dark Universe continued. That's something I'm so on the fence about, because again, even though I was just saying a minute ago, I'm like, I like that this is Lee Winnell doing body horror. That doesn't mean I'm against a good werewolf movie, right? I'm down for it. I just, I wasn't crazy about how they started the Dark Universe, I guess, for me. I like the idea, the basic concept of all these monsters all being in a connected universe. That's fun, and technically, it's already been done. If we go back to the 30s and the 20s, 30s, 40s, damn, I mean, they were doing that shit all the way back then. Extended universes, Marvel, all that stuff they're doing nowadays, they were doing that back in the early 1900s. It's crazy. Connected universes and bullshit, man. But a new version of that, I wasn't against it, because again, this is something they'd been doing for like almost 100 years ago now. I was interested in seeing how that would work, but starting it off with the Tom Cruise Mummy movie, a big mistake in my opinion. That was not the way to kick that universe off. I like the idea of doing a bunch of horror stuff that's just connected. Like, I think honestly, as much as I don't love some of the later Conjuring movies, I do like how that universe started. Maybe a hot take, maybe a very, very hot take, but I actually really enjoyed the first Annabelle. Some people hate it. They're like, dude, it's literally Rosemary's Baby, but worse. And I'm like, yeah, but it's fun. I think also the other thing that I have rose-colored glasses with Annabelle is because Annabelle Creation, the sequel, I think is maybe the best Conjuring film, which again, maybe a hot take, but I love Annabelle Creation, the second one. So good. So I don't know. To me, those movies are very hit or miss, but when they hit, they work. They work for me. I like the Conjuring universe. I don't have a whole lot of faith in the Conjuring 4, but some of those early movies are fun, dude. I don't know. Kay is with us. Yo, yo, yo. How you doing? Screamboat going to be an instant classic. I mean, with the first screenshot, which, we haven't seen it enough in the first 20 minutes. With that being the first screenshot, I mean, how could it be bad? David Howard Thornton, my boys at Fuzz in the Lens. I love you guys, but what the fuck? What the fuck? This is wild. This is wild out here. Toby Show is saying, it's been so long, I'm so happy to be back. I'm happy you're back. We missed you, Toby Show. We were just saying, we're like, where the fuck is Toby? I said that aggressively too. I'm like, where the fuck is Toby? Gah! Now, I'm not talking about the demon from Paranormal Activity. I'm talking about Toby Show, damn it. Antidus is saying, I am not seeing Screamboat anyway. Brutal. Brutal out here. That one screenshot, just not happening. You notice how everyone seemed to drastically turn on Scream 6 so fast. People say Scream 3 is better now. That's crazy, man. I like Scream 3. It's fun. I'm an apologist for Scream 3 is how I feel about it. Like, I think it's, I think I respect it for the fact that it was able to reach a certain level of quality despite all of the bullshit that happened behind the scenes. So you definitely got to give it that crutch, right? But, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's still the worst Scream film. It's fun, and just because it's the worst doesn't mean it's bad. I like Scream 3. I think it's a fun movie, but it's not, you know. I mean, it's they literally talk about it in the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, they had to water it down. It's barely a horror movie. It focuses more on the commentary elements of Scream, and they just had to compromise all over the place, you know. And that's kind of the biggest things with Scream. It's easily the most plagued production of this entire series, including Scream 7, which is crazy to say. Because Scream 7 has had some problems in the last couple of years, dude. But Scream 3 still, unfortunately, takes the cake. And I'm knocking on some fucking wood right now because I don't want anything else to happen with Scream 7. But, whew, Scream 3, you read about some of that shit like I was just doing for today's video, and my God. I mean, it's insane. It's insane, some of the shit that they had to do to make that movie happen. It's like, you got to respect Wes Craven that he was still able to put something out of quality. That's how good of a director he was, you know? Eric Joe Noise 02 is saying, hello, Jake. Hello, everyone. Cheers from Eric. Cheers, Eric. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome in, welcome in. And Raptor Crashers Incorporated, which I still think would be the coolest name for like some sort of like dinosaur epic. I don't know. Raptor Crash. Maybe that is a thing and I just don't realize it and I'm just dumb, but I just think it's a cool name. I rewatched the 2011 Winnie the Pooh movie from Disney. It's a real shame that others turned this great franchise into a terrible slasher series. Well, you still have that 2011 movie. They did not erase that from the universe, so there is that. I think those guys are pretty cool. Sammyverse is saying, hello, everyone. I just watched Chicken Man from some dude named Jake. It was pretty cool. I hope it gets a full-length movie someday. Sounds like a lukewarm review there, Sammyverse. No, no, I'm just kidding. I appreciate you for watching it. And again, if you hated it, it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. I just want to get better at making films. You know, that's my big thing. But I'm glad you liked it, and hopefully I get to do a full-length feature because we're cooking up some ideas. We're trying to figure out the next move, I think, with it, because it seems like it had a really positive response. I feel like we could do it. I feel like we could make this thing happen. Gangster Bro is saying thoughts on a Lionsgate Outlast movie. I'm here for it. I'm totally here for Outlast. It scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid. Wow, I'm behind. Crystal Lake Slasher Edits, thank you for the $2. Sorry I missed that. Saying Willie's design showed in the trailer with Terrifier 3. Willie? Mickey's design? I'm so confused. Are we talking about Mickey? Oh, Steamboat Willie. Wow, flew right over my head there. So what I remember is that during the stream premiere, they showed us like an early teaser trailer of it, and we briefly got to see David Howard Thornton. But this is like the first like clear shot we've gotten of him, at least to my knowledge, from today. Which I'm genuinely not over this. One of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. I fucking love it, but the design's ridiculous. No, do I love it? No, but it's hilarious. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see what this ridiculous movie's all about. But Crystal Lake, thank you for the 2. I have got to catch up on the chat here because I'm seeing stuff that I should have seen like 5 minutes ago. What's up, Josh? What's up, fella? They paid me to work on Screamboat, but you couldn't pay me to watch it. I jest. Well, I guess I'm gonna watch it at some point. I don't even know what day it comes out in theaters. I'm gonna be honest, it hasn't been on my radar, but I definitely will be checking it out. I will be checking it out. I will be doing a review of it sometime this month because it's too ridiculous not to cover on the page. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Like there was a movie that came out last year called Crack-Coon. And I'm like actually upset with myself that I did not do a review of this film because I think that's insane. It's ridiculous. What do you mean? A raccoon that's on crack? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. You got to see this thing. But Josh, I'm excited to see your work specifically on Screamboat. Maybe more than anything, with all due respect. Mr. Rick has been a member for 18 months. Thank you for the support. That is a very long time. Can't believe it's almost been 2 years. Great channel. I enjoyed the time. We did the video together on Scream 4. That was fun. We should do another someday. Absolutely. And Mr. Rick, it's funny because I've been thinking about Scream 4 like all week. Like genuinely I've been trying to get some time to sit down and watch this one again. It's been too long, and I have so many fond memories of Scream 4. Like it was my first Scream movie. I genuinely love it to death. The twist is amazing. The kills are great. I don't know. I Scream 4, like it does things for me, man. It makes me feel all tingly inside. So I got to sit down and watch that one again for sure. But Mr. Rick, we definitely got to talk sometime soon. It was a lot. I still keep in contact with a lot of the folks who I did a lot of those podcasts with when we were doing that. And it's great. So, it's just a great time talking with talking horror with people. So we'll definitely have to get in contact soon and get something going. Jason says that the Scream movies need to up the body count. Am I right? Too few people die in these films. I do appreciate that in at least Screams 5 and 6 and Scream 4, admittedly, there are some really brutal deaths. That's really cool to me. I think when you go back to like Screams, 2 and 3 especially, I just find myself being very I don't know, I just felt like it was really like lacking on just a genuinely like, holy fuck, that's a crazy kill. But some great chases in there nonetheless. Excellent chases, excellent crazy stuff in there. But Infinite Sky, I appreciate this because I've yet to read like a genuinely negative review of Chicken Man. Too short and lacked cohesion and focus. Sorry. Don't be sorry. I want to hear the negative response. So it's a short film and we had little to no money to make it. I used what savings I could to spend on it. And for what it is, I'm proud of it. I definitely want to do something to expand the lore a little bit because I think the big point of it was to pose the question of like, what the fuck is going on here? And I wanted you to come away with it asking questions. I mean, like, what happened there? What's going on? What is this? I'm interested in more. So I guess that was the goal with the first bout of it, but hopefully we're able to do more to expand the lore and kind of give you a better picture of what the fuck is going on, because I think it's really interesting. So would love to definitely share more with you guys sometime soon. Crystal Lake Slasher Edits is throwing $2 out there saying, hoping Screen Gems Schizo the Bear movie happens. We were talking about this last time. A lot of scary bears in horror right now between Cocaine Bear and Freddy Fazbear. A lot of evil bears. What's up with that? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. A lot of bears out here trying to kill people, man. What's up with that? I'm here for it. I like scary. Bears are fucking terrifying, man. I was in I camped one night in Yellowstone on a crazy cross-country road trip all around continental United States. And I swear to God, we heard bears in the middle of the night, and it's terrifying. Like bears scare the fuck out of you, man. Like, it's one thing to see it in the movie, but to hear that in real life, like out in the woods when you're trying to sleep, you ain't gonna sleep, my friend. You ain't gonna sleep at all. It's not gonna happen. But Crystal Lake Slasher Edits, thank you for the $2. Do appreciate that. Hopefully we get to see it soon. Josh is not excited to see Screamboat. Brutal out here, dude. It looks goofy. I'm here for that. Scream 4 was great, but why was it so damn dark? So damn dark. I think the coloring is definitely weird on it. The cum lens is strange. But again, I appreciate it because it's making fun of a lot of remakes of the time, the 2010s, or I should say the late 2000s, early 2010s era of horror remakes. To me, that's fun. I like that. Scream 4 is by far the best sequel. Emma Roberts is an underrated horror actress, without a doubt. Definitely, the cast is a big part of why I like that one so much, for sure. Emma Roberts steals the show big time. And what's weird about it too is, she's kind of like your new final girl and also the killer at the same time. Like, that's so interesting to me. I really love the way that they approach that in 4. Probably easily my favorite Scream sequel, I think, for sure. Cameron Hardy is saying, hi, Jake, is there any news on Saw 11 just yet? Also, keep up the good work. Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate that. No, but, as of right now, allegedly it's still coming out this year. But a lot of stuff is pointing towards no. A lot of stuff is pointing towards this is not happening this year. We have had no update on some kind of production happening for it. Director Kevin Grutert he posted recently an ominous Twitter shot of the last frame of Saw X, which I don't know what that means. You know, is that supposed to mean like, hey, this is it? You know, this is it for Saw. that's the end of the story. We're moving on to something else. I don't know. You know, I really don't know. But what I will say is, if that's the end of the story and someone like Blumhouse gets their greedy little hands on it and reboots it, I shouldn't have said that. I guess I'm okay with that being the end of the story, because it almost feels like this this epilogue to an insane fucking story that came before it. So I don't know. I guess I'd be okay with that, but at the same time, I really want to see more. I really want to see Tobin Bell come back as that iconic character, man. It was so great to see him back for Saw X, giving, hot take, maybe the best performance from the whole damn thing. I don't know. I love him. I love him in that. It's such an interesting look at this killer. We didn't even. I realized we didn't really even know that much about the personal side to John Kramer until we saw Saw X, and that to me is like, wow. I mean, sure, we get his backstory and shit, but here's a day in the life of John Kramer is kind of what Saw X is, and that to me was, I feel like you can learn a lot from a guy by showing, telling a story along those lines versus just giving me the details of someone's backstory. It's a different look at the same character, which I like. To be able to find something fresh like that from a character who's over 20 years old now, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. I love it. Chicken Man versus the chicken from Family Guy. Who would win? That guy's beaten up Peter Griffin a few times, so I don't know. It's a fair fight, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Chicken from Family Guy versus Chicken Man. Who wins? Literally just finished Chicken Man and reviewed it on Letterboxd. Dude, that was a crazy improvement from Red Right Hand. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm excited for you guys to see what's next. We're toying around with the idea of doing another short sometime soon. Toying around with it. I'm not sure what the next step is. There's things I can't say yet, but there are things in the works of potentially having an opportunity to make a full feature, like an actual full feature, and not just me running around my parents' house with my buddy who has a big, nice camera. So, yeah, lots more to talk about sometime in the future, but just not quite ready to announce anything. Crystal Lake Slasher Edits is saying, think the Gallows Act 3 movie will happen. Do we need the Gallows Act 3? That's my question. Okay, in all fairness, again, look, I'm trying to talk, I always try to find something positive that I liked about a film, and the first, The Gallows, I wasn't necessarily crazy about a lot of the characters, but there is a shot in that first movie that I think is so fucking scary. I think is the reason it was successful. And the reason we got a sequel in the first place. Like, I can't even remember the context, but there's a girl crying in a corner, like just right up front in the camera, and she's like, oh my God, so sad, we're trapped in this high school and this thing's coming after us. And you just see like the entity slowly come up behind her. I'm like, this is some Strangers bullshit here. That is freaking me the fuck out. That is genuinely dreadful. Bravo. That scared the fuck out of me. Some good stuff there, but the sequel, I mean, like, I will always know what you did last summer. That's one of the, not the best sequels to a film maybe ever. Gallows Act 2 is right up there with that one, man. Whew. That was a tough watch. I'll tell you what, but the first one, it had some things about it that I didn't hate. It doesn't sound like the best review, does it? But I do love me some found footage movies. There's something about found footage that even if it's a weak story, I can still get into it, just because I think it's like something that's more chaotic about found footage that I just really can really vibe with, more than something that I guess is like maybe slower paced. I can get into a slow burn, big punch at the end kind of horror movie too, but something about found footage grips me immediately, grips me by the sack immediately. But Crystal Lake Slasher Edits, thank you for the $2. Appreciate you a bunch. Infinite Skies throwing $2 out there too, saying, have you seen the Giggle Land trailer yet? Fucking love the title. Giggle Land. Is this like, am I gonna uncontrollably giggle when I'm here? Is this a horror movie? Oh, maybe it is. Okay. I'm seeing people say, what is Giggle Land? And it's like, you can't escape Giggle Land. I don't know what this is, but it looks interesting. I'll tell you that much. Cool. I will definitely look into it if that's a cool, like a crazy new, maybe Five Nights at Freddy's style Poppy Playtime video game. I love those, man. I think those are a lot of fun to play through. So I definitely check that out sometime soon. Been playing I've been getting into Dead by Daylight again, which has been nice. A lot of fun there. A lot of fun stuff there. It's been too long, man. I haven't played it in maybe like 2-3 months because I've just been busy with stuff, and finally got around to getting into a game with with Madison, and I love that game so much. I think it's so much fun, but it does. I think I'm missing Friday the 13th, the video game. So I'm playing Dead by Daylight a lot. R.I.P. our buddy Jason there. Hey, Jake, watched Chicken Man yesterday. Bruh, that cheese grater got me. Fucking awesome film. Making me wary of hot tubs and cheese graters. Good. That was the goal, Daniel. Well, I'm really glad you liked it. If you have 1,000 questions about the lore, we're working on it. We're working on more things that you can check out with what comes next, I should say. But we have a plan. I have everything planned out already. Just kind of, I can't really say anything yet because there's some stuff that's not concrete as of right now, and hoping to figure that out very soon. The Crystal Lake Slasher Edits throwing $2 out there again. Thank you for the support. Saying Final Destination 6 versus 28 years later box office. That's actually, I think that's a good question because, we're talking about two pretty successful franchises in terms of box office. 28 years later, I see having a much bigger one. Hot take. I think this one's going to be a much more successful film. Not that there's anything, not that I have any negative connotations with Final Destination 6. There's just a lot of hype with 28 years later right now, man. Like a lot more than I was anticipating too. I think when you're talking about a zombie movie, which let's be real, that this is a zombie movie. Some people want to say it's not a zombie movie, and that's totally fine. Fake news. No, I'm kidding. But 28 years later, I guess I wasn't expecting it to have a lot of hype, but dude, it looks good. That trailer was awesome. I think one of the scariest trailers we've gotten in a very long time. I even said it, and I still agree with this statement. The best trailer I've covered in my 5 years of doing this. Hot take. That's not even a hot take. It's a really good trailer. I think this one's gonna pull in some cash, man. I think this one's gonna really, blow some expectations out of the water and fuel a whole trilogy. Which I don't say that often, man. You guys hear me say it whenever a new movie gets announced and they're like, "Oh, we have a whole trilogy ready to go." I'm always like, putting the cart before the horse, buddy. But this one, different story. I think 28 years later, they got a reason to tell a whole trilogy, man. I've got a lot of faith in this one. And we got some big updates with it, which we'll get into in a second here. But my buddy's hanging out with us, so I really want to get to that. But Crystal Lake Slasher Edits, thank you for the support again, my friend. I'm really excited for both of these movies. I can't wait to see them later on in the year. Coming out around the same time, too, over the summer. Evan from Rockland Graves, what's up, man? How's it going? Loved your The Northman video, dude. Hell yes. Finally, someone has made some YouTube content on that excellent movie that unfortunately nobody saw for some reason. I don't get it. Great Robert Eggers movie. So good. Give some love to Evan's video there because that movie rocks. And go see The Northman if you haven't seen it. Saying Chicken Man Supremacy, hyped to see where it's going. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you a bunch. I'm glad you dug it. I'm excited for you to see what's next too, because we might have another little lore dump thing come out before we announce any big projects with it, because I think as much as I'd like to keep things secret with my projects, I think we got to give a little more as to what's going on there, because people have a lot of questions across the board. I've heard people say I feel like there wasn't enough in that one, so we kind of want to give a little bit more. We want to give an inch more of what the fuck is going on here. So I'm excited to get into that sometime soon, hopefully. But Evan, dude, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you sharing it on your page, and thanks for stopping by, dude. Thanks for the support as well. Really does mean a lot, dude. You have some of my, I say it a lot, but you have some of my favorite content here on the Spaceman. Absolutely love the videos, dude. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Zach Lantern here is saying, do you think the Terrifier franchise will end with Art dying? I personally would love an ending where he survives, which could lead into a spin-off like a Ninth Circle remake. I think the only way the Terrifier story can end is with Art dying. I mean, I guess you could just do something where it's like, oh, he kills Sienna and then walks off into the sunlight, or, into the dawn. I don't know. You could do something like that, I guess. But to me, if you want to have a story that is truly finite, that just has an end somewhere, which it seems like Damien wants that. You know what I mean? It seems like he wants to end the story eventually and just have this one long epic across a couple of movies. I think Art has to die somehow, and we've learned that, he's not just a mortal man. We can't just chop his head off. No, the body will just get up and go find his head. So it does make you question why the entity decided to move the head. in the first place. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense there, does it? Just, kind of hide it in the other room and have Sienna and Jonathan leave. But no, point being, I don't care. Is that a plot hole? No, I don't give a shit. But to me, I think art has to die eventually. I think we have to do something along those lines. And I'm not against someone else tackling Terrifier in the future, as long as, it's somebody who will do it right. I mean, here's my thing about that, right? It's the same thing with Scream. So many people were so hesitant to get into Scream 5 and Scream 6 because Radio Silence was doing it. But me personally, I think the reason that sequels exist is to play around with a similar formula by taking it down different paths. Otherwise, don't make sequels. Like, you don't need to make the same movie over and over and over again. You already got the one movie. Just keep watching that one if you like it. If you like how the original Scream is, you think it's perfect, then just keep watching that. You don't need to make 1,000 movies that are exactly the same. So I wouldn't want to see, if someone else tackled Terrifier at some point in the future, for instance, I wouldn't want to see them approach it the same way that Damien Leone did. I would want them to take it in a new direction, even if that means it's something worse, because at least it's something fresh. I wouldn't want to see something just done exactly the same way. And you're even kind of getting into something that would be a slightly different, direction. I feel like Terrifier 4 is going to do what you're talking about here, taking it down a Ninth Circle direction. But I personally, again, if Damien concludes it with 4, maybe 5 movies, fingers crossed it's 5. If 5 years down the line after that, maybe 10, someone else decides to tackle it, I'm here for it. Erica, this is another one. I'm so sorry. You keep telling me about this movie, and I know this is another one that I got to sit down and watch. Devin from, what's-her-face from Jersey Shore. I'm like, what is that show called? If I do this with my fingers, it helps me think. It doesn't make any sense, but it works. Yeah, isn't it it's JWoww from Jersey Shore directed a horror movie. I got to sit down and watch this. I love found footage. Again, even the worst found footage movies, I think I will have some sort of enjoyment from watching, just because I think they're so weird and a lot of them get into some fucking weird places, man. There's some really fun ones on Tubi that, again, even the bad ones I kind of like. So I got to sit down and watch Devin. Just give it a watch, see what that's all about. Crazy. The Lone Swan is saying, if you like found footage, definitely check out the Warren Experiments. We got some eye-popping gore. I love gore in found footage, too. You don't see it too often. Some people are like, well, we could just do a found footage movie and have a bunch of jump scares. And it's like, okay, yeah, you can do that, but every found footage movie does that, When you have something else, another attribute to it that's like something like some good gore, some nasty looking shit like that, always stands out a little more in my opinion. Do I watch Dave McRae? Abso-fucking-lutely. I love Dave McRae. Best voice in horror. Hot take. Love his voice. What did you think of Creepshow 1 through 3? I've never seen Creepshow 3, but 1 and 2 I do really enjoy. Creepshow 2, I have so many mixed feelings about Creepshow 2, because one of the shorts is just flat out bad. Like, just the first one is so bad, like genuinely awful. I skip through it every time I watch Creepshow 2. But The Raft is such an interesting Stephen King story that I love. And then the Creepshow, tale of it is also really cool. And a bit of a different iteration of the same story, which I love too. So I have so many mixed feelings about Creepshow 2, but Creepshow 1 is excellent. Creepshow 1 is like the definitive anthology horror movie, in my opinion. I love that movie to death. Some great stuff in there. Creepshow 2, like that, The Raft is great. The Raft is awesome. The Hitchhiker one isn't terrible either. I shouldn't shit on that one. That's an interesting experiment there to deal with like I guess a slasher mutated thing that comes after people and just doesn't die. That's kind of what they're playing around with there, which is interesting to me. A little bit of commentary maybe even in that one too, but it's an interesting short. I think The Raft is definitely the best part of Creepshow 2 though, and some of the crazy animation too. Creepshow 3 ruined your life, Sammyverse? Brutal. I've never seen it. I've never even heard people talk about it. I'm going to be honest. So that was one I never got into. Daniel K is saying, I know it was briefly mentioned in T3, but I'd love to see Art's backstory. I think T4, we're going to get into it a little more. We already had David Howard Thornton talk a bit about it as well. So I'm sure we're going to see more from Art the Clown, what the hell he was doing before the events of the 3 Terrifier films. That's what I honestly, that might be the thing I'm the most excited for, as much as I'm excited to see, like Sienna fighting demons in hell and shit, that's really hyped to me. I'm really hyped for that too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me 2 seconds here. Got to take a sip of water, but I really gotta. I've been meaning to talk about this all night, and I just keep forgetting because there's so many exciting things to talk about. But I do want to start talking about 28 Years Later more, because I'm a movie I'm very excited for. I've been missing some updates this week, which is why I wanted to have this stream be a little bit 28 Years Later focused. But we got some new images recently. Here's Ralph Fiennes hanging out, all bald and bloody. Love it. We also got Jodie Comer here getting stalked by the fella in the background. Don't know what's up with that. He must be the owner of the Bone Temple. I don't know what's going on with that, but I do love this new image, which is sick. And we also got a closer shot at the nasty looking zombie here, which is cool. That's not Cillian Murphy, believe it or not. But I love these new images. And we also just got a new interview with Jodie Comer talking about how she was felt like she was literally running for her life from some of these extras in zombie makeup, which is so dope. Like, I think that's fucking sick. Made her really feel the fear on set. And that to me is what I'm looking for, because I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's something about 28 Years Later that just genuinely scares me. Or 28 days, I should say. 28 days and 28 weeks terrify me. Like, I can't sleep after I watch him. Something about the score, the fucking guitar riff. It's a terrible replication of that, but scares the fuck out of me. It is one of those series that I like. Genuinely gives me nightmares every time I watch it. And I just watched Days, couldn't sleep that night. Crazy. But the biggest update we have to talk about, which again, I want to do a full video on this, but I am like completely slammed the next 2 days. I don't think I'm going to get around to it. But I wanted to talk about it. They're retconning the ending of 28 Weeks Later, which has me, I have 1,000 questions. Like, what? Why would you do that? And the idea here, I guess, is that the rest of the world is still intact, apparently, in 28 Years Later. But, like, Britain is, or England, I should say, is just completely lost. Like, it's overwhelmed by the infected, and it's just, like, kind of taken over. People are just trying to live there amongst the infected. And it's kind of like a, what's that movie called? Can't think of it. Escape from New York kind of vibe, where it's like, New York City is now this prison island kind of thing, versus just being like the biggest city in the world, basically. So it's an interesting direction for sure. Not what I was expecting at all. But you also got to think, Danny Boyle didn't, I don't think he worked on 28 weeks. He might have been, a producer or something. I don't know off the top of my head, but I know he didn't direct that one. I know technically him and Alex Garland were the creatives behind the first movie. Now they're returning for this new sequel, which will likely be more of a continuation to just the first movie. So I don't know. I got a lot of questions about where they're taking it next. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like the idea of the whole world overrun by these things, or all of them, ran around, starved the whole world to death, and now here they are still in England. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How do you feel about retconning a lot of 28 weeks? I don't know how I feel about that. I think it was kind of cool to see what that was going to be all like moving forward, see what the world would look like there. But it's a weird update, in my opinion. Will Chicken Man 2 happen? Abso-fucking-lutely. You have not seen the last of Chicken Man. You have not seen the last of Zeke. There's more story to tell with Zeke. Let's just say that. And honestly, the problem that I'm having, had multiple conversations about this today, is I just don't know if we can put what I want to do on YouTube, because it's even more grisly than what you saw in the first short. And that we were already having questions about, ooh, is this going to be okay? Are we going to get censored? And yeah, so now I'm, we're trying to figure something out, I guess. So more will be revealed sometime soon. Jake, did you hear that Terrifier and Megan are... Oh, hang on. I'll get right back to that in 2 seconds. Whoa, retconning 28 weeks later. I hope it'll at least lead to something interesting in the new one. Sammyverse, I totally agree. It's a very weird direction, because I feel like they had it going. I feel like they had something going there with a continuation. Felt like it was going to be more of an apocalyptic kind of, the whole world is taken over by zombies after weeks. I feel like that was the perfect cliffhanger to continue, and now we're just not doing that. We're totally leaving it in the past, and I don't know. I guess I just don't know how I feel about that. Kind of liked the way that that last movie left off. It was perfect for a third movie, and now Now I don't know. I guess, when you're starting you have a movie that's going to kick off a trilogy, right? You gotta kind of have to make it your own thing now, years later. So I get it. I get why maybe that's the reason why, having zombies running around Paris, that was just too complicated to work into the story, or maybe just the whole world being dead doesn't work what they were trying to do. Again, maybe they're doing like a Escape from New York thing where it's just England that's taken over and there's outside forces that might rescue people. Maybe there's a little bit of hope for the characters in that scenario. So I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to do yet, but I'm keeping an open mind, and we'll see the movie this summer. Jake, did you hear that Terrifier and Megan are strong rumored to get full houses for HHN this year? And if they do, you better go this year. Dude, my dad is a huge fan of Universal Studios. Like, he's like how we are with Scream and Terrifier, and I mean, even 28 years later now, that's the way he is with like Universal Studios, the parks. Like, he just loves them. He watches all the update videos. And I love Universal too. Like, one of the best amusement park I've ever been to, without a doubt. And I loved that I got to do HHN for the first time just a couple of years ago. I believe it was the 2022 or 2022. Yeah, that season with the Myers house and like the Freaky house. There was so much good stuff there. Easily the best haunted house experience I've ever had in my life. Now I'm hearing that Terrifier and Megan are getting attractions there. I missed the Insidious house last year, which I am still kicking myself over. Genuinely so upset that I did not get to experience that. And now they're doing this. Terrifier? I can't miss that, dude. But HHN is so expensive. It is unbelievably expensive. And going down there for just literally 2 days like I did last time cost me an arm and a leg. So I'm finding a way to get down there this year. One way or the other. I'm figuring it out, but I really want to go. I really want to do that because holy shit, that sounds like fun. But for Misery Gaming, if I get to go down there, I will do some kind of video this time. I kind of just wanted to experience it last year because at the end of the day, I am a horror fan. I love doing this shit. It's not just for a job. I really do enjoy what I get to do here. And I guess I was in the mindset of I don't really want to make content. I just want to experience this. I've never done it before. So I was kind of just like, I just want to be here. I want to be in the moment, believe it or not, I'm not a very social media savvy person. It is my job though. Right. But I do try to spend a lot of time away from it as well, because you got to live life. You got to do things, got to get out there into the world. Heart Eyes. Hope it's good. I enjoyed Valentine, the Valentine movie from Jamie Blank's excellent film, John. Yes, this seems like it's going to be in the same vein, right? A very similar movie, but maybe a little more modern, maybe have a little touch of like a murder mystery element in a different way than Valentine, hopefully. Right? Fingers crossed. But I definitely want to watch Valentine before I see this film, just to see how the difference is, how they're going to take it down different directions, for sure. But I'm excited for Heart Eyes, man. This looks like a fun little slasher movie. I love slashers. I love holiday slashers too. And my thing, which this is not an original take, this is coming right from John Squires of Bloody Disgusting. Shout out to him. He talked about recently. He's like, whenever you see like holiday slashers get these big theatrical runs, that means the slasher movie is back. It means it is full. It is popping. People are loving it again. And I couldn't agree more. We are getting slashers left and right that are genuinely good, like genuinely like fresh and something fun again, which, if you were to tell somebody in like maybe let's say 1992, 1993, hey, we're getting slasher movies again in 2025 that are like, that look good, that feel fresh, they would have been like, no, you're wrong. That's ridiculous. What the fuck are you talking about? And the fact that here we are in the 20s in like a new age of slashers that are genuinely worth our time, have created icons in Art the Clown, maybe Johnny. Fingers crossed that Johnny becomes an icon from In a Violent Nature. Maybe Heart Eyes next, and John Carver. I mean, we are living through a really interesting little time period for horror here. It's exciting, man. It's really exciting. Can't wait to see what comes next. Maybe Chicken Man. I don't know, man. I gotta shut up about Chicken Man. I'm just so excited. I can't believe people liked it. It's crazy. I worked so hard on it, and I'm glad people liked it. Who would you rather die in Scream 7, Gail, Chad, or Mark? Also, I feel like Chad's gonna get the role Dewey had in 5. I don't think Chad's living through this one, and I only say that because we need an emotional death. A good Scream movie has an emotional death, in my opinion. So I could totally see Chad going out because it would be sad, it would be upsetting. Chad's like one of the best parts of Screams 5 and 6. So, out of all those characters, I think Chad is the closest to death. But I could see them, finally off in Gale too, which some people don't want to hear. I kind of don't want it to happen. This might be an extremely hot take, like an unbelievably hot take. They're not going to kill Sydney, obviously, but if there's any character I really don't want to die in Scream, the more I think about it, it is Gale, because weirdly enough, she is kind of our through line through all 6 films. She is the one constant in all 6 Scream movies, and I almost feel like it's almost like a meme at this point with Gale. It's like you kind of just have to have Gale in these movies for that reason. She is the connective tissue of Scream at this point, besides Ghostface and Roger L. Jackson. And I to me, that's really interesting. That's kind of funny just to see whatever they do with the character next. So I don't know. I guess I'm weirdly hoping Gale doesn't die, but I wouldn't be, again, I'm not one of those people who's going to say, oh, you ruined the movie by killing a character. I know. It's a slasher film. At the end of the day, you got to kill characters. I'm not going to be upset with it if they kill a beloved character. You got to do it sometimes. You got to do it. How would you rank all 3 Valentine-themed whodunit slashers? Both My Bloody Valentine movies and Valentine. Also, where do you think Heart Eyes will rank amongst them? This is a really good question because I kind of like all 3 of these movies. Like, even the 2009 My Bloody Valentine, which I don't think is very good, but it's got that like 2000s feel to it, which I'm really nostalgic for, so I guess I'm a little more apologetic for it, but that's definitely at the bottom of the list there. Again, My Bloody Valentine's a classic, but I think I would actually put that at number 2 and Valentine above that. Valentine has an excellent fucking twist that works really well for me. One of the best twists from that era of horror, that period where Scream was really popular. All the big slashers were kind of not copying it, right? But kind of had the same flavor, same tone. Valentine, I don't know, one of the most underrated movies from that time period, doesn't get enough love, but the same could be said about My Bloody Valentine, a really brutal slasher film from the 80s that harnesses everything you love about 80s slashers all in one big movie that, again, I don't feel like gets enough love nowadays. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of tough to say. I mean, I think those are kind of interchangeable between Valentine and My Bloody Valentine. I oddly have similar feelings about both, which now that I'm really dissecting that, it's crazy to say, but Hard Eyes, I'm sure I'm going to really like a lot, as long as they don't, fuck up the story too. The only thing I'm worried about with Hard Eyes is just kind of having a weird story, but looks like it's going to have some brutal kills, man. Don't think I'm going to be disappointed in that department. I'm loving the way the killer looks. I love Mason Gooding and Olivia Holt. I think they're both excellent actor and actresses. So I don't know. There's a lot to love about that one. I'm excited for it. Goran with his big blue truck. What's up, fella? Where you driving to today? I'm curious. What's up, man? Hi, Jake. How are you? I'm great. Good. I'm so glad you're great. I'm great as well. I just watched your vid about Scream 7 leaks, and I hope that they won't release the Ghostface reveal scene beforehand like they did with 6. Yeah, I really hope not, man. Wait, and people are even asking what was released in the Scream 7 leaks. I'm not going to say publicly because, again, it's stuff that I feel like just shouldn't be public knowledge, shouldn't be things that people should know about. And it comes from a third-party source, so it may not even be confirmed. I'm not going to get into it, by the way. People who are like, is he going to say it? Is he going to say? No, I'm not going to say it. But watch my video today if you want to learn more about that. I don't know. It's just odd that this would be something that a third-party source would put out there. It almost makes me just like question everything. I'm like, what? Like, what? Why would you? People don't want to know that. People don't want to know that about the movie. And it's not even like, they revealed who Ghostface is or something like that. It's just a weird thing that I'm like, I didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that before I saw the movie, learning about cast members, who's going to be in the film, where are they shooting? That's fine. That's harmless. I even say something about it in the video. I'm like, unless you're upset that, Ghostface is eating a spaghetti dinner or something. Well, if you were highly anticipating that, well, okay, then you're going to be spoiled, I guess. But to me, you don't spoil the kills. You don't spoil the reveals. You don't spoil the motives. Those are like 3 big things. I ain't going to talk about that in videos. And today was like as close as I'll get to something and still talk about it without being like, okay, I gotta ixnay that. Can't make it happen. But yeah, just some weird stuff. Check out the video if you're interested. I give a big warning before I even get into spoilers there. Potential spoilers. But just a weird stitch, that's all. What else is going on here? Mario Bruno, what's up, Mario? Saying, hey, bro, love your movie. Watched with my friends last night here in Brazil. Awesome, dude. I'm glad you liked it. More is to come. You will see more Chicken Man in the future. So, Mario, thank you so much for the love. I really do appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it. Makes me very happy. Another underrated Scream clone is Cherry Falls. I watched this one relatively recently. It's fun. It's a good one. This and Disturbing Behavior kind of feel very similar to me for whatever reason. I watched them around the same time, so that maybe that's it. But I like both of them. I think both of them have some don't get enough love. You know, have that Scream clone energy about them, right? The Field of Screams podcast is saying, "What's up, everyone? How's it going, Field of Screams?" I just want to scream in a field sometimes. Sometimes you need it, you know? Sometimes it's all you need to do. You're just feeling a lot better about life. But what's up, fellas? Welcome in. Appreciate you guys. Good night. Watching the rest tomorrow. Thanks, Mr. Rick. Thanks for stopping by, dude. And thank you again for being a member for like nearly 2 years. That's crazy. Crazy, man. Max Coriano is saying, how does the first look Mickey Mouse at Screamboat? Does it look good or bad? Well, you know what? I'll let you decide on that. What what do you think green screen David Howard Thornton in a mouse costume? What does that do for you? You know, that's my question, Max. As the Costco guys would say, this gets 5 big booms, baby. Oh my God. I'm obsessed with the Costco guys. I don't know if I've said that recently. That's my new obsession. It was Fast X for a long time. I'm like, what the fuck? This is the weirdest movie. The Costco guys. I fall asleep every night watching one of their reviews. They are the most interesting people to me. I can't stop watching their videos. I need to know what they give a big boom to at all times of day. JPR is saying, what's up, Jake? Happy Monday. About to watch the Creep tape soon. Very nice. A very good watch there, JPR. There's supposed rumors of a plausible Saw reboot film being in the works. Hopefully Terrifier 4 prevails. Bus and Hell. Yeah, so first of all, Creep tapes, such a good watch. I really enjoyed it. I hope you have a good time with it too. Don't set your expectations crazy high, but it's a very fun one. Saw reboot, though. This is something that is actually possible, and I don't know if I'm crazy about it or not, but it sounds like that might be the case. So if you're like completely in the dark about this, you're like, what the fuck? Why would they reboot Saw? That makes no sense. Well, so here's the thing. Blumhouse has just struck a deal with Lionsgate, which owns the rights to Saw, where they're rebooting a lot of their older franchises. And, you know, the hope is that Blumhouse is going to reboot it and, you know, make a bunch of money off of these older IPs that maybe aren't doing so hot right now. The rumor is that they've talked about obtaining Saw and doing something with it, because don't forget, James Wan and his company Atomic Monster, they're merging together in 2026 with Blumhouse. So, I mean, James Wan, that's how he got his start with Saw. So it kind of sounds like maybe he wants to get that. He wants to get his hands on that and do something fresh with it maybe here. I don't know if he's going to direct it or something like that, but he might, you know, reboot it, give it to somebody else. And I'm just going to be completely real. Saw does not need a reboot. Like, Saw is perfect the way it is. We don't need another version of it. I like how the last 2 movies were kind of these little pocket stories. I think that's what we need to do to continue Saw. Just keep telling little pocket stories. I'm totally fine with that. We don't need a reboot. We don't need someone else playing John Kramer. We learned the hard way from Spiral that doesn't work. I don't know, man. I don't want to see a reboot of Saw personally, but I think while we still got Tobin Bell, let's just crank out some of these movies, man. I think that's the reason why not a whole lot of Saw 11 updates have come out, is because of that. And I don't know. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? If I'm James Wan talking in Jason Blum's ear and saying like, hey, let's get that, you know, it's his franchise, you know, it is his franchise after all. I get it. I get it from both sides, but I don't think we need a reboot of Saw, even though, yeah, it would totally make a bunch of money. But we'll see. You know, whatever ends up happening, I'm going to see it. I'm going to review it, and I'll definitely report on it. But I hope that they utilize Tobin Bell while he's still with us, because otherwise I just feel like it's going to be a missed opportunity. I mean, look at Candyman. Look at Candyman 2021. It's a very well shot, very competent film in every regard, pretty much. But I just feel like, why didn't they make another movie with Tony Todd while we still had him? You know, rest in peace. An amazing actor who has left his legacy on the genre even without that. But I think Tony deserved his own little requel movie personally. Just in my humble opinion, I think that would have been cool. Before we unfortunately lost him last year. But just my thoughts. Give me some more Tobin Bell Saw movies while we still got him, while he's still hanging out with us. Let's see what happens next. Deekster, thanks for being a member, dude. Saying, hey, Jake, damn man, it's been a while since I have been able to join a stream. Hyped to see what horror in 2025 has to offer. Yes, 2025 is going to be a very interesting year for horror, dude. We have so many things. Just this month, just this week. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, I should say, is in theaters right now. And it's actually a really good public domain horror movie. Probably my favorite I've seen so far, which is I never thought I'd say that in a million years, but pretty good, pretty solid movie. Really, I had a good time with it. Really dark, really disgusting, very effective. And I cannot wait for Screamboat also coming out this month, which looks ridiculous. But more than anything, the thing I'm like the most excited for is Wolfman, which I have the pleasure of seeing tomorrow night. I am counting the seconds. In 24 hours, I will be sitting in a theater watching this movie, and I am unbelievably excited. Like I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon about Wolfman. Can't wait to check it out, and I will definitely have some kind of review out Wednesday. Spoiler free, of course. But dude, just this month of 2025 has some awesome movies coming out. We have some good shows coming out, like It Welcome to Derry, some great, franchise continuations, just so much good stuff going on this year. I can't wait. But again, one last thing here, Deekster. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for hanging out with us again. We missed you. But Jason Carpenter has been a member for 23 months. Dude, that actually is almost 2 years. Look at that. Today is Patrick Dempsey's 59th birthday. No way. That's awesome. Was hoping for an official announcement with him joining the cast. I ain't worried about the leaks with Scream 7. Yeah, I really hope we get that official announcement sometime soon. I'm sure it's coming during the production phase. I'm sure it's going to come out. If he's not in the movie, that's going to be in the review. I'm telling you that right now. If he's not in this movie and it's trying to focus on Sydney, I immediately have a problem with it before I've even seen it, dog. What do you mean Patrick Dempsey's not in it? And I'm not going to get this crazy about legacy characters too many times with requel films, but like, if you're gonna do the Sydney Prescott movie, you've set up that she's married to Mark. Where the fuck is Mark? We set up that Kirby was still alive in a little tiny Easter egg in Scream 5, and she became a big player in Scream 6. Have a little continuity here. Come on now. Get Patrick Dempsey back in there. Throw him in, coach. We better get him in there for sure. But my thing about the Scream 7 leaks is, again, they might just be total bullshit. That's the other thing. So we can also look at it from that end. There was things that Daniel Richtman reported on that did end up not being true. You got to look at it that way. But I really hope that I don't know. I don't know if I love the idea of Cult of Ghostface with this specific entry. Maybe if it was something that was trying to do something a little weirder, I'd be into it. But the Scream 7, it's going back to basics for the most part, from what it feels like, from what I've heard. And if we do the Cult of Ghostface things, that might, I don't know, will that feel out of place? We'll have to see. I'm again trying to stay open-minded with Scream 7 right now. A lot of weird stuff obviously has happened with this one. So I don't know if I'm as excited for this one as I was with Scream 5 and 6, but I'm keeping an open mind, and I do feel like if there's anything I can say concrete about this one, it's not going to be what people expect. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's going to feel like the original 3 movies," and I'm like, "But is it? I don't know. I don't think it's going to feel like those movies, just because we're not in that same time period of horror." And some people don't want to hear that, but I'm just looking at the current state of horror. I'm looking at what Scream has done successfully in the last 2 movies, and I feel like it's going to be another film that feels more like Scream 4, Scream 5. But again, time will tell. Only time will tell. Marley Kai saying, I watched Chicken Man. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Thank you. It's good. It's a good start. I am kind of confused with the beginning with that spot. Well, you're going to learn more about what happens at the beginning if we get to do another short, which I think I want, I'm right now just off talking out of my ass here. I really want to do another short to, kind of smooth out the lore a little bit so that we can, there's something that's, here's all I'm going to tell you is there's something that's not really prevalent in the short that I would like to make have a little more of a hint towards, a little more of an idea to get the theories going. Because out of all the comments I've gotten, I think people there's just a certain element to it that I'm like, I could have done a little more with that, admittedly. But we're probably going to do another one that expands the lore a bit more so that, to kind of flesh out the concept. That's the big thing. I want to sell you on the concept. You know what I mean? I want people to actually like this. And I think that, I think if we do one more short, I have an idea in mind that'll still keep it, mysterious and cryptic, but it will expand what we know about this universe a little more. So you guys will see soon, hopefully. Will Christopher Robin be destroyed in Poonaverse Monsters Assemble? Max, it sounds like you're on Winnie the Pooh's side here, dog. Damn, brutal out here. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I think it's going to be a fun movie. It's going to have a lot of monsters in it, a lot of brutal practical effects and kills. I might even be one of them. I don't know. We'll see though. I'm really excited for that one. Poonaverse is going to be wild. Dragon Ball Radiant is saying I'm probably going to confirm his return before I go see it. Otherwise, I don't want to waste my money. With Patrick Dempsey, like you want to make sure he's in it, kind of thing. I mean, that's totally fair. Yeah. I get it because, again, if we're telling the Sydney story, how do you not have her husband there? You know what I mean? Like, a big thing for me is if you're going to focus on Sydney again, you got to reinvent the character. You got to do this with most main characters in any story, right? This is a very easy way to do it. and I guess I can see why the fan base is a little nervous right now, right? Because we're all thinking to ourselves, like, what the fuck? Where is Mark? This is like the new thing to the character, her and the kids. And the husband having a full family being a mama bear. I want to see Sydney in mama bear mode. And you're denying me of that right now, dog. What's going on, Scream? Why are you edging me out here? So I get it. But but yeah, I think that honestly, I think they're just waiting to announce it. Look at what they just did with Jennifer Love Hewitt with I Know What You Did Last Summer. They waited till like the last minute to announce that shit. For whatever reason, maybe to build hype, maybe because there was contract bullshit going on behind the scenes. I don't know. Marcus is saying I've always had problems getting. I really thought this was going to be like a genuine, like. I thought this was going to be like a genuine horror comment, and then I'm just like, oh, I almost read that. Marcus, you almost got me there, dog. I'm gonna be honest. Good on you. Good on you for that. Oh my god, that's funny. South Park is so dope. South Park is so dope, dude. I love South Park. I was just watching. I've been watching like whenever I go to bed now. I'll either watch an episode of South Park or like early Simpsons, which the early Simpsons is so good. Oh my god, like new Simpsons is whatever, but like those first like maybe 10, 12 seasons or whatever, so good. Of The Simpsons, man. Oh my god. Been really getting into that lately. South Park, I'm not even kidding to you. I'm not even kidding. I've probably seen the whole thing, the entire series front to back, like 6-7 times. South Park is written so well. It is so funny. I love it. Just a genuinely excellent series. Art the Clown versus Pennywise, the dancing clown who emerges victorious. It's Art the Clown every day, dog. Art the Clown ain't afraid of no bullshit. That's Pennywise's one big thing, dude. You can kind of just bully Pennywise to death and he dies. Fuck that. Art the Clown will bully the shit out of Pennywise. Erica deleted it. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. Admittedly, it did get a laugh out of me. So a lot of the people we got to block are just saying shit like, Killjoy Jake is a smelly piece of shit. And that to me is just kind of funny. But that one was just like, oh shit, damn, was not expecting that. But anyways, King Matthew III, my liege, is saying in my private podcast. Okay, first 4 words, I have a question already. Do you record a question like a podcast that only you listen to? No shame. I'm just curious. I'm curious if that's what you mean by private podcast. So many questions. I do. This podcast, private podcast you do by yourself. I had Nev as a guest and she slipped up and hinted at a Patrick Dempsey. Okay, wait. You had Nev Campbell on as a guest. That's awesome. Hinted at Patrick Dempsey's return for Scream 7. Also had David Arquette as a guest and he hinted at Dewey being in 7. Private podcast, huh, fella? What's up with that? Send me this podcast. I would love to listen to it and do a video on it. That'd be great. Best South Park episode, go. I can't pick a fave, but my dad's has always been the Woodland Critters one. I mean, an excellent choice. The Woodland Critters Christmas is so funny. The blood orgy thing it just makes me laugh every time. Hearing the story about how that one was made is really funny too. Trey and Matt talk a little bit about how they just had no ideas for a last episode of the series, and they're like, Woodland Critters, Blood Orgy. Fuck it, let's run it. And that's so funny to me. That's just absolutely hilarious. My favorite episode of South Park, I mean, probably the hippies, the one where Cartman has to get in the drill to go through the crowd of hippies to play Slayer in the middle of the stage, so all the hippies leave. That is just so funny to me. As a hippie myself, I think that is absolutely hilarious. So I don't know. That's the one I've probably seen the most. But I mean, Make Love, Not Warcraft, an excellent episode. Awesome-O is definitely up there for me. What else? There's another one that I feel like I'm totally missing. The medicinal fried chicken episode is like a 10 out of 10. Randy bouncing on his gigantic nutsack is unbelievably funny. There's so many good episodes, man. There's so many good episodes. It's hard to pick just one, but yeah, the hippie one is probably my all-time favorite. I've seen it. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen it. So funny. Yo, CJ Graves, what's up, fella? Saying, what's up? Have you been watching the new Dexter series? And also, are you going to see the Wolfman movie this Friday? So dude, I have never seen an episode of Dexter, which is crazy. And this is a prequel series to my understanding. So I'm like, I feel like I got to watch all eight seasons of the first series before I get into that one, you know? Even though I know Patrick Dempsey is in it, he always gives great performances and all the stuff I've seen him in. So I definitely want to watch it at some point. I'm trying to get my girlfriend to watch Dexter with me. I feel like her and I would really like that. I love the concept. You know, I've never seen an episode. Crazy. I know. Just a total blind spot in media that I just never really got into. So definitely want to check out all of Dexter at some point soon. And maybe I'll watch the prequel series after. I hear there's a sequel series now in the works, which is like, Jesus, Dexter's coming back full force. It's crazy. But I get to see Wolfman early. I'm a lucky goose like that. Lucky duck. Get to see Wolfman early. You guys will see an early spoiler-free review Wednesday at noon. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that video. Hyped to put that one up. CJ, thanks for hanging out with us though. Really do appreciate you for stopping by. I gotta watch Dexter. I gotta make that happen. What's your most anticipated horror film for 2025? Mine is Hard Eyes because it looks right up my alley. An excellent choice, for sure, like without a doubt. 28 years later, probably my number one right now. And I wish I could say, you know, something else was close, but man, 28 years later looks amazing. I think number two is definitely Wolfman, and I'm really excited to see this one, but there are some things about it that I guess don't have me worried, but are just odd, you know, like odd choices here and there. But I understand where they're coming from. It's more body horror versus a werewolf story, and I'm into that. But I don't know if I love the design. Just speaking from a more just general perspective point, right? Because everyone hates it because it doesn't look like a werewolf. It just looks like a messed up mutated guy with a bunch of scabs and little patches of fur all over him. And I hear you on that, but I don't know. I just don't know if I'm like over the moon about the design just in general. Like no particular reason. I just don't think it's like the scariest body horror monster I've ever seen. So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with it. Maybe I'll like it a little more when I see it, you know, more in the flesh. I've been avoiding videos of it because I'm really excited for this one and I don't want to get it too spoiled, you know? I saw the transformation sequence and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm cutting myself off. I'll do a video on this one when it comes out, but that's it. But anyways, Bambi the Reckoning will release in March of 2025, according to Twisted Childhood Universe. I feel like that's been a thing for a while. I feel like I knew that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But Bambi was originally supposed to release last year. Now it got pushed. You know, they kind of reworked the schedule to make it a little different. So now we're getting Peter Pan first, which is out right now. Go see it in theaters if you can. Bambi in a couple of months. Pinocchio after that. And then Pooniverse Monsters Assemble. So it's a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of fun stuff going on here. My mom was a hippie, making me half hippie. I see. I'm a purebred hippie. I can't even say that without laughing. 100% hippie here, for sure. Make Love Not Warcraft, The Losing Edge, Medicinal Fried Chicken, Gluten-Free Ebola. So many good ones, dude. Is The Losing Edge the baseball one? I love the baseball one too. That is such an excellent episode. Oh my God, that's so funny. I thought this was America. Oh my God. So good. David Howard Thornton playing Mickey Mouse in Screamboat of 2025. Alexa, I'll throw it up one more time because I just think it's so funny. There he is. He's a little fella. He's going to stab you in the leg. Get the fuck out of here. Crazy shit. What a movie. Jennifer Jolie is hanging out with us tonight. She's alive, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Love it. I'm going to lose it if Gale dies. But what if they bring back you, Jennifer? That's the only character I will be okay with if they bring her back, because she's just too good. She exceeds all she exceeds all logic. I don't care. Bring back Jennifer Jolie. I want to see her frustrated again. I was so happy I got to put Jennifer Jolie in a video. I've been trying to find a way to put that character into one of my segments at the starts of my videos, and I finally figured it out today, and I was like, yes, let's go. I've been thinking about that joke about jumping into Patrick Warburton's arms for like a month, and I'm not even kidding. I've been trying to work that into a video for so long, and I figured it out today. I was so happy. Infinite Sky, I'm reading through Skeleton Crew right now, and I just got to the monkey, which is so funny that you say that. I'm literally gonna read that tomorrow morning, which is I'm so excited for. But I think I like, from what I remember, because it's been a long time since I've read this. Just read through The Mist again, by the way. Holy fuck, that is one of King's best stories. Love The Mist. Damn. Much better ending than the movie too. But well, you know what I mean. Better as in happier ending, I should say. But The Monkey, I have not read in a very long time. I genuinely don't remember it, and I'm excited to read it again before this movie comes out, which I'm excited for. The Jaunts, though, is one of those stories that has stuck with me since the first time I read it. I am obsessed with Fate's Worse Than Death. Like, these are the things I'm the most interested in when it comes to storytelling and just horror in general. I think if, you can kill a character all day, every day, and that's scary. But Fate's Worse Than Death, that is the scariest thing you could possibly do on screen, I think. And to me, The Jaunt is kind of exactly that, a little bit, kind of touching on that. And it terrifies me. It's a genuinely horrifying story from King, one of the scariest from his entire lot there. So I think I got to give it to that one, but The Monkey, from what I remember, is a little silly, but not as silly as this movie seems to be. So the Monkey seems to be a lot more of a comedy than even the short story is. But I'm going to read through it again tomorrow, and honestly, I'll have a much better a much better thing for you. And yeah, Eternity in Limbo is what The Jaunt is about, and it's like, that is so fucking scary, man. Like, I don't know. I like that. That's one of the most terrifying Stephen King stories ever, and it's so simple. It's so quick. It's the littlest, tiniest story. Could read it in an afternoon kind of thing, and it's terrifying, horrifying, man. Can you please explain something that's always confused me? How does Detective Bailey get to the stab memorial so fast? They just talked to him on the phone. Doesn't seem logical. I mean, can't be that far of a drive, right? There are other things in Scream 6 to be worried about in terms of logistics. I'm going to be totally honest. Like, Chad survives 1 million stab wounds to the chest, and he's totally fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Who cares? I don't know. To me, sure, Scream is grounded. You know what I mean? But from the beginning, from the first entry, we have had things that are above reality. A garage door would never pick up an entire human being before. I've tried it. Trust me, it won't. I have broken garage doors doing that. Like standing on one and getting picked up by it. So, and when I was a child, I was doing this shit. So I definitely weighed less than Rose McGowan in that movie. So, I mean, I don't know. To me, if you're so upset with Scream 6 for defying logic and not making any sense for that reason, I'm like, yeah, I just feel like we're not talking about the same franchises, man. Scream, in every Scream movie, there is something that is completely ridiculous and outlandish. And I would argue that nearly almost every sequence in Scream 3 is more outlandish than anything Scream 6 tries to do, man. They blow up a house and no one smells the gas. What are you talking about, dude? Everyone would smell the gas. If you've never smelled gas before, trust me, you would smell it. I've fiddled with stoves that I didn't know how to use before and just let gas flow through the house, and you smell that shit, dog. You can literally see it in the air. So I don't know. I mean, if we're gonna start complaining about little tiny discrepancies in Scream 6, let's go back and look through the whole franchise, dog. There's shit like that in every entry. So when it comes to Scream, I guess I don't care that much. If it's something like, a little more of a serious, a little more of a more, let's take something a little more serious and try to scare you and something doesn't add up, well, I can see that really affecting a story. But with Scream 6, man, I can look past it, dude. It's little things. Mountains out of molehills, man. Max is saying Screamboat will be better than the Mousetrap, aka Mickey's Mousetrap, because the Mousetrap was a really bad movie. But on this year's Screamboat will be about to be very, very, very 100% bigger and good. I hope so. I have yet to brave the Mousetrap movie. That trailer did not do it for me, dude. I don't know. Wasn't crazy about it. Not a fan. Not a fan of that one. Not a fan of the trailer, I should say. So I just have yet to really sit down and watch it. Not a whole lot of promise with that one. But Screamboat, it's from Fuzz on the Lens. They helped. They had a hand in Terrifier. I gotta see it. I gotta see what it's all about. It's David Howard Thornton in a fucking mouse costume. It's ridiculous. What ingredients can you use to make movie blood? Chocolate syrup, red food dye, Caro syrup, all that fun stuff. There's like really good recipes online that you can find to make good stuff. We were really strapped for budget and time with Chicken Man, so we did end up just using like some Spirit Halloween blood for a lot of it. But next time we're gonna make our own blood for sure. I honestly don't like the way the blood looked, and we actually had Josh Petrino, who was hanging out with us earlier tonight, color correct some of it because I'm like, I just don't like the way this looks. We got to fix that. It's not deep red enough, it's not red and deep. I like it red and deep, damn it. That's not gonna age well. A few more things here, and I think we're gonna sign off for the night because I gotta get a video ready for tomorrow. Got something fun for you guys to check out Tuesday morning. So could you explain to me? I know you're not a Stu believer, so could you explain to me how Detective Bailey got to the stab memorial so fast? Since we see 3 Ghostface killers. I mean, in all fairness, there's like this little cut between when they're outside to inside where a lot of time could have passed. When they do there's the phone call. Then they hang on, back up. No, they called Detective Bailey when they're not even at the memorial yet. And then they get there. They're like, he tells them to take the subway, which is part of the plan. No, there's plenty of time in between that. I was thinking that they called him when they're like right outside the memorial. No, they call him well before that. I'm like, wait a minute, there's a lot of time. That's Dragon Ball Radiant. If you've never been to New York before, traveling in any way, shape, or form, walking, going on the subway, it takes some time, dog. It takes a minute. And I know this from my New York trip from last year. Anywhere you're trying to go, you got to move fast, but it still takes some time to get around the city for sure. So I buy it, especially if he's in a cop car, is able to, do the sirens and all that bullshit, get across town fast. I can see that working. There's a lot of time. There's like 2 big sequences in between that call and then Bailey getting there. I was just thinking about it and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hang on now. What's your ranking of the Scream movies? Yours is like pretty much in release order, but swap 4 and 3. I like 3 and 4 best in 4, the lemon square scene was funny. Your lemon squares taste like ass. I'm watching 4 tonight. I don't give a fuck. I want to watch that movie again. I got shit to do, but I really want to watch that movie. Me personally, I'd probably go 1, 4, 6, 2. 6 and 2 are like tied in my mind. I like them nearly the same for kind of the same reasons, which is weird. But yeah, 1, 4, 6, 2, 5, 3 is probably how I'd rank them. 5, I don't know. Like, I don't hate 5 by any means. I guess I just don't love Woodsboro as the set. The more I watch it, the more I'm like, I just don't like that we're in Woodsboro. I wish we were anywhere else. It's just kind of like we've done Woodsboro. We've seen all the cool places here. It just kind of feels like we're in generic small town USA. It's just not a very fun setting, I feel like, for that movie. Kind of my least favorite Woodsboro setting. It's weird to say, but it's kind of my least favorite setting of all the movies, even though Scream 4 and Scream 1 take place there. But something about the way Woodsboro feels in Scream 5 I'm just not crazy about. Probably my least favorite set Scream film. Because I think, the college atmosphere of 2 really adds a lot. New York is a major vibe in Scream 6. The vibes are heavy in that one, big time. And same with Scream 3. Vibes are heavy in Scream 3, big time. I think that's a big reason why people like it, is because the Hollywood vibe is really, really fun, makes it stand out from the rest of the franchise. 4 feels like a remake, because it's making fun of remakes. So that's kind of why I vibe with it a little more. Like the way that Woodsboro is shot feels more like a 2000s, 2010 remake. So I kind of vibe with the setting in that movie. Oh, and the barn, there's a lot of cool settings in Scream 4. I fuck with it. 5 has probably the least interesting settings. We're in a hospital most of the time where nobody is for some reason. and a bunch of houses. It's just kind of like, that's kind of boring. Setting is like one of the biggest things with movies for me. I really like cool settings. And then yeah, 6 I think has like the coolest location of the franchise. That's a big plus for me personally. Love slashers in the city. Those are cool. Jake, I 100% agree with you on your thoughts with Heretic. It's easily top 5 of horror from 2024, but I don't think I'll have much desire to see it very often. Right? Like, Heretic is an excellent, very well crafted, very well thought out movie. But I'm like, I saw it. I feel like I got everything I needed from it, and I'm good. I can move on. I think that's why, you know, a lot of people, I've seen some the criticism I've seen for Chicken Man is that it doesn't give a whole lot. But for me, I like movies that don't give you like everything right up front and center, because I just feel like I'm done with them after I watch them. I feel like, okay, I saw that, I can move on. And that's how I feel about Heretic. I'm like, they just kind of gave me everything I needed, and there was nothing else to dig into there. I'm like, I got every side of that story, because most of it, you know, was explained with dialogue. And again, none of it's bad. None of it is like, oh, this is an awful movie. Not in any regards. It's all very well thought out. It has some very strong and sophisticated commentary on religion that I thought was really effective. But I'm kind of like, I'm good. I don't need to see that again. There's a lot of movies that I would love to watch again because there's little details or maybe loose ends that don't get tied up. And I like that about movies. You know, it makes me think, it makes the brain, the cogs work. And I think some people, when they watch movies, they want to turn their brain off entirely, and respect. But you know, I'm like the total opposite. I want a movie to make my brain work. These are the movies I'm the most invested in. Otherwise, I feel like I'm falling asleep. So Heretic, it definitely got the cogs moving, got the brain moving, and being like, oh, it's an interesting thing to think about, you know. But I feel like I got everything I needed from that movie. I feel like I walked away from it with everything they were trying to say, and we're good. We're good to go. I don't need to buy that movie. But I did really like it. An excellent, very well-crafted thriller. Really good A24 movie, which they had a good year in 2024, man. They had some good stuff come out. That, I saw the TV Glow. Both very, some top-notch 2024 horror, without a doubt. Watching the Cock Magic episode of South Park, that's a really good later episode too. That one's so funny. Villain killing Dylan, and because we were talking about South Park earlier, this is an interesting way to end the stream, I think. One of my favorite new episodes of South Park is the one where they I don't want to say the name of it, but where they set up the ice cream and the hot dog shop or whatever. That is the funniest. That is one of the funniest later episodes of South Park, I think, ever. There is something about that one that just had me like rolling on the ground laughing. Dick and Boz. It's great. But man, a lot of people say South Park like lost its edge. It's not good anymore. I disagree. Every season they've had like a banger episode. I think. Like I said, I've gone through it multiple times. There's at least one in every season where I'm like, that was fucking great. That was excellent. One more comment, because we had a new fella jump into the chat here saying, going to 90s Con in March, getting to meet Nev, Skeet, Matthew, and Jamie Kennedy. Might have an actual heart attack. These folks they're very high energy, a lot of fun, but it's very cool. Hopefully you have fun, Anthony. Have a good time. I really want to go see, there's a Horror Hounds happening in March this year, and I really want to go to that too. Ty West is going to fucking be there. Ty motherfucking West. Like, I mean, one of the directors I look up to the most. I really want to go to that. Really want to meet him for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably going to be signing off for the night. I really do appreciate everyone who supported the page through, if you're super chat members, whatever, really appreciate you a bunch. Again, go see Chicken Man. It's 10 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking if you haven't watched it. And let me know what you think. If you want to see more, we're working on more. Hopefully you guys get to see more soon. And of course, more videos to come this week. I'll have a Wolfman review, a little Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare spoiler talk with writer-director Scott Chambers. That's coming out soon. And we're doing a movie night Wednesday for members only. We're going to be watching The Prowler from the 80s, a really excellent and underrated slasher. We were talking about underrated slashers tonight, so I feel like that fits. So come watch The Prowler with old Jake on Wednesday, and that's the next time I'll be live, as well as Thursday and Friday this week. So much love to you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.